Season 3 of GES Podcast. Welcome to your favorite space of good energy, believing in yourself, being yourself, and most important, uplifting others. The whole creation of this space of the podcast is to outline my amazing friends and everybody that I come in touch with. As you know, I like to hear from them, learn from them. And today we have an icon, a superstar, a mother, a coach, and also a wellness mommy. Tenemos a Coach Nunez. Please introduce yourself, Mamacita.
Hi. Hi GS community. Welcome. Thank you for being here. My first name is Gabriela, pero I'm also Coach Nunez. By day, I am an active duty soldier, but on the side hustle, I am also a uh, personal trainer slash glute specialist coach. Um, I'm a bodybuilder also by hobby, personal hobby. I'm a mom. I have a little one. Um, and yeah, that's kind of like essentially me in a nutshell.
Gabby, tell us a little bit. You mentioned glute specialist this year, and people don't know this, but we take our, how do I say it? I want to say a purpose because your logo says it all, which she will unveil in a little bit, everyone, so you understand what I'm saying. When you find something that brings you joy, you have to go for it. So what I noticed that we're doing is we're pushing each other up to go get the certifications, to get us not only just say that we're good at something, but we're actually trying to learn to give you guys the best of us. So tell us a little bit about your certifications that you have so people know more about your specialty.
So I started off getting certified as a personal trainer with NASM. I did that during the times of the pandemic back in 2020, 2021. And I've kept that certification up even though I didn't go full force in like introducing myself to the world as a personal trainer. I knew that was something that I wanted to tap into at some point. I just didn't know how. So it's kind of been like a work in progress with myself and kind of like finding my way. At the same time, I kind of wanted to find like a niche. Um, and I just didn't know, right? And sometimes life is funny like that. Like you just start moving through life and you start doing the thing and you really don't know where you're going sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And even though my logo says with intention, I unintentionally landed in being a bodybuilder. I'm a wellness competitor. And with that,
A winner.
I figured like I really do enjoy a really good leg day. Um, so why not that be, kind of like the thing that I am most qualified at? I'm not gonna say expert because I think expertise comes with many, many years of practice, and we're starting, right? We're starting somewhere. Um, and that's how essentially like glute specialist came about and came to fruition. Just really enjoying where I'm at right now and just pushing through that door of the things that I love.
Well, I want everybody to know that Gabi not only is certified glute specialist, she is a glute lookalike. Like she has the like you. I'm not gonna buy, and this is me, a common sense person with a little bit of intelligence. I am not going to buy a booty program from somebody with no ass. And I'm not here to offend anybody. And I don't want to say genetics don't play a part. But if you consider yourself a glute specialist, your ass needs to match. You know, I can tell you a lot. That's why I went for the degree of life coaching and neuroscience. I'm going to start neuroscience, and I'm obsessed with positivity and believing in myself. So I want to make sure other people learn that for themselves as well. But I'm not here being negative Nancy. For the time that you've known me, I like to speak and act
In the positive always.
yeah, right, and stay in that mindset. But I'm not gonna You can't say you're the glute specialist and have a flat ass.
I mean, ideally, that would not be a good selling point.
Number one.
But let's say, for example, that I literally just got the personal training certification from whatever institute, company, organization you wanted to get, and then you quickly wanted to fall into a specialty, and maybe your body is not up to par, because anybody really can get certified as a personal trainer. It does not, like, NASM will not judge or tell you no because you don't look like a bodybuilder or like a personal trainer or somebody in the fitness industry. And that's also kind of like something I want to debunk, right? Like, we don't have to look a certain way. We're still people, right? I'm still, yes, I want to sell you something, but at the same time, I want you to understand, everybody to understand, we're still people. I'm still a normal person. I still go through ups and downs. Yes, right now I may be at a phase in my life where I'm looking my best, but there may be another phase in my life where I just look like a normal, regular human being, and I still probably eat well. I still probably will continue to work out because I think that's a part of me that will never change. Um, but like sometimes we have to like give ourselves some grace and give other people some grace too. I prefer my clients speak highly of me. Like if I say that I am a
A
specialist at
specialist.
something
Exactly.
and you come to me and you tell me, hey, I want to grow my glutes, I want to grow my legs, and you start working out with me, you know, change does not happen overnight.
No.
I hope that at this point in time, everyone that has heard about the fitness industry or like starts going to the gym acknowledges the fact that your changes and your transformation is not going to happen in a week or in a month. But if you're working out with me through 6 months, a year, and you don't see a change, obviously I'm the problem, right? Because you're paying me for a product that I'm
Oh, no,
not
no, no, no. Let me correct
satisfying.
you right there. Because I can pay my coach all I want, but I'm still not eating right, then is my problem. Let's
I
be
mean,
clear.
there's
It
variables,
takes
right?
two. It takes two to
It
tango.
really does.
It
It
really
really
does.
does takes two. But let's play the example that
They're following
you're
you
being the
absolutely.
perfect client.
Okay,
You're
they're
being
following.
compliant with your meals, you're being compliant with your workouts, you're doing the cardio, you're doing the routines, and in a year you're still not seeing results in a perfect environment, then something must, I clearly did not program you right,
That's
right?
right. You're right, and it's okay to be vulnerable and know when you're not doing something right or what is
Yeah.
right for you. That's that. There's a lot of coaches out there that should not be coaches. That's all I'm gonna say. And their intentions are, and of course, I'm not throwing shade. I can say it to your face. You really not helping me. I'm actually feeling worse. I've had those
Hmm.
experiences. I speak from personal experiences where I felt horrible after doing a workout with a coach that was just putting me down, insulting me, or judging me, or just
Oh
you don't
no.
you don't need that. Oh no, but they are the professionals. They will tell you because they have a whatever IFBB Pro or they do this, but in reality, all they care about is, and then they program you the same. So let's be
Hmm.
very clear. I can't eat the same as somebody else. I'm Mexican, so tortilla
Mm-mm.
is gonna be in there. You can't get my program. I'm a very picky ass. But I mean, I don't know how my coach deals with me. I hate egg whites. They have to be hidden. I'm very picky. So I want to be special. I'm paying you to give me the special treatment. Now, yeah, we all gonna have chicken and rice. I get it, or veggies,
Hmm.
but not the same quantities. There's coaches out there with the generic freaking program that you copy pasted from the NASM certification and giving it to everybody. It's not gonna work, and it is a problem with the coach. I that's the coach's fault.
My approach, um, given the fact that I like to take care of lifestyle clients,
Hmm.
right?
Me, because I'm not
Uh,
competing.
exactly. Like you, I wanted to, what the word says, for it to be a lifestyle, a sustainable
That's
lifestyle. Yes, I can program you the best way possible, but whenever, for example, my clients all the time come at me and like, hey, can I switch up this for that? Like, you know, on Wednesdays I'm short on time and the workout is too long. Can we flip it to another day? Yes. For me, that's always a yes, because for me, what I want, and I tell them all the time, yes, you pay me, but I'm not the boss here. You're kind of like the driver. I'm like the passenger, co-pilot. I am a conduit. I am holding the roadmap for you, kind of like telling you this way is better and this way, we could kind of get same ETA, sort of same ETA, but because I need for it to be something that my client is comfortable with, that he or she can sustain, because otherwise I'm not going to get compliance. Otherwise, I want to provoke or to promote um,
Habit.
consistency.
Consistency.
I want
Okay.
consistency from you, but I don't know the particularities of your day or your family, or like there's certain things that I'm not there with you. I don't live it with you every day. So when you come at me with a problem and a solution to your problem, and it seems to be like that's going to work better for you, why am I not going to like cheer you on to that one thing that it's going to be better for you? You're still doing the thing, you're still doing the cardio, you're still doing the workouts, as long as you're keeping eating your meals. That's consistency for me, and then the results are going to show up on their own.
Right. But you have to find what works for you. Which brings me back to tell us a little bit more about yourself. How long have you been in the fitness industry? Because we all have different starting points. We talk about this on our YouTube. I will tag it to this episode. They need to go see our YouTube of our first cooking. We did some recipes and we talked.
We
All we did was
did.
talk. So I'll link it. You all need to watch it after this episode. On the GS website. But what what was your starting point? Because yeah, I know you tried a lot of things. What people don't understand is that we go through bodybuilding, cardio bunnies, yoga. I haven't tried a few. High Rocks is very popular now. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many.
CrossFit.
CrossFit. Going to be there tomorrow. Gabby's going to be there tomorrow. What else? There's so many different. Right? You can just walk. So you have to maybe try everything until you find what's right for you.
Absolutely.
When did you start and how did you say I'm gonna get on stage? Like to me that's the breaking point because like, to me that's when you're like, oh she batshit crazy. And it's okay. That's a lot of balls.
So back to 2020 when I got certified, I got there because my coach, um, not my stage coach, my fitness coach at the time, he inspired me, and I noticed that he gifted me something unknown to him. He gave me something. He gave me strength, he gave me movement, he gave me like a sense of like satisfaction that nobody can take away from me, right? And I'm like, this is it. Like this is what I want to feel when I give it to somebody else, when because I want people to feel this. Like people, we need to share this because people need to feel this,
Yeah.
right? So that's where it all started, and it started with calisthenics. I was like heavy on calisthenics at the time. It started with the handstand journey.
Okay, but what year? I'm sorry. When did you begin? Are you always been fit?
2020.
You always been fit or no?
Fitness per se started in 20 when I was married. So we're talking about 2011, 2012. I was I was married at the time. He deployed, and in typical,
Army wife.
army wife fashion, I wanted him to come back to this whole snack. Not even a snack. I wanted a whole
A
meal.
whole
I
meal.
want I want it to be a whole meal,
Full
right?
meal course.
So I enrolled in a gym. I found like back when I think it's bodybuilding.com. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like they used to have like a library of workouts, and you can actually download like a whole like 6 week program or whatever. So I did that. I did this like it was my religion. Okay, I had like a 3 ring binder that I would take to the gym and like log my weights, my workouts,
Wow.
everything. It was so cute. Like I look at myself back and like that's adorable. So and then when he arrived, obviously I lost a lot of weight. I've always been a decent eater. Like eating for me has always been um Don't ask me why. Like
Not me.
food, my body dysmorphia has accompanied me since I'm a teenager. So I've always been like,
Taking care of
like a
what you put
healthy
in your body.
eater. Yes. So I kind of obviously like fixed it during that time or looked for ways to improve it. But the biggest shift was definitely, keeping discipline with my workouts. So he arrives, I look like a whole meal. I look great. I feel great, but I never let it go. Even when he came back, I don't know if some of you know, like soldiers do work out a lot when they're down range. So even for him, that was kind of like at the time, like his way, his space to keep himself, centered and kind of here. So it became like the one language at the time that he and I could both speak because we could go to the gym and enjoy each other's company. And we were both doing something that we really, really enjoyed as an individual and as a couple. So that was kind of like what kicked off my fitness journey.
Okay.
And then as the years went by, I went through, and at the time, I did like a normal gym, like
Planet Fitness.
bodybuilder type fitness workouts. You go to the gym, you do your routines, whatever. Um, 2014 era, after I graduated college, I think that was the height of the CrossFit hype when the CrossFit Games became like super popular. So I kind of transitioned into being a CrossFitter.
And you met
And I
Paola
did,
there. I say hi to Paola because she's not gonna.
yes, and that's where I met Paola.
You girls are crazy.
Yes, you kind of have to like not be all there to love CrossFit that way.
No.
I mean,
We love
they're
you guys.
great workouts. No hate, I promise. They're great workouts. They're amazing for your cardio and your strength. But um, after I had Diego in 2018, um,
Because she's a mom, I repeat, and she's hotter than all of us with no kids. Thank you.
CrossFit was not like wasn't something that I could participate anymore because now I have a little one at home, so daycare, like the times of the classes were not compatible anymore. So I still had to like now figure out a way that it worked for me, for my schedule, with my little one, with work. So had that I lived in an apartment complex that had like they had their own gym.
Oh yeah.
So I started working out there. So essentially from home, if you want to see it that way. And then, the pandemic was not too far behind that in 2020. So everything kind of shut down, and that's where I discovered calisthenics. Um, so I did a lot of at home workouts. I kept running, obviously, because not obviously. I kept running because it was like my cardio. I'm still a soldier, right? So I still have to pass
PT
PT
test.
tests. So I'm still running. I started, dabbling into calisthenics. One of my neighbors rented a garage because our apartment complex had like detached garages. He rented one of those, and we split the rent for the garage. He got all this like at home gym equipment, and that became kind of like my workout home. Yes, he worked out at certain hours. I was more like an afternooner in there, so I could go there, go crazy. Um, the calisthenics, I would do it online via Zoom, and that's where I want to say movement for me in general and fitness really became part of my heart and soul, but like to my core. Right now, you can take everything away from me, everything except my workouts. And I will take that everywhere, by the way. I don't need a space, I don't need equipment.
I know you've done it. I've seen you.
I need absolutely
Nothing.
maybe like
A dumbbell.
a 2 by 2 space.
Wow. That was my next question to you, Gabby, because the way that your story is going, how does that, you said it, that 2020 or whenever, I don't know if you were going through a rough patch, but how does the bodybuilding and the wellness and the fitness has helped you heal and grow as a person? Because it seems like you and fitness are like this now. Me and fitness are like this. We're getting there, but like I go like this because it's not it. It didn't save me. I'm grateful that it became on my life and that I am who I am. But that connection and that love, that how did it help you heal and grow? That
So during 2020, I was going through a very difficult moment in my life. I was it was fresh after my divorce. I divorced in 2018. But divorces take, like, that type of rupture takes time to heal and kind of really figure out yourself again, I guess. Um it was healing because during my divorce and post divorce, I want to say that I kind of felt lost. I didn't feel me. I didn't feel like I had a sense of purpose or identity, even though I was a mom. Um, besides having given birth, I was kind of just floating through life, no purpose, no idea what I was doing. And when I started with calisthenics, the cool thing about calisthenics is that you require zero weights. It's all body weight. So you kind of have to know where your body is at every single second that you're working out, right? And that kind of like clicked for me like, I also brought me to life. Like, I kind of had to figure out, what am I doing in life? Where are we going? And then years later, fast forward to last year, 2024, 4 years later, um, I had a partner who was into bodybuilding competitively, and he got me into it. And
Oh.
it was a very rash decision to be like,
Yeah.
yes, yes, we're doing this. We're gonna set a date. We're gonna compete. It was very irrational. It was very um not very well thought out.
It's okay. That's how GS came out. Everything that is worth it, you have to go for it. We're here. We want you to listen to Gabi and me. This was not planned in years. This was not well thought out. It's a mess. You can see boxes everywhere.
Yes.
You just gotta go
The
for it.
crazy thing is that when I started working out back in the 2012, 2011, 2012, like, that was kind of like part of the dream, because I was following people that
You
were bikini
manifested it.
competitors.
You manifested it.
And at the time, I was so silly to think, like, I can't afford it. I can't do
Mm.
that. Like, how do you get there? But the universe gifted to me. The universe said at the time, you were not ready then, but then in 2024, you're ready now. So when this ex partner introduced me to it, I really did not know what I was getting myself into. But the part that I loved the most, besides the sparkly bikini and the beautiful glam at the end of the road, was that during it, I had to starve a lot of things in my life, not just my body. There were a lot of situations that were happening that, because I was doing this competition and I was in preparation towards this competition, I had no space for that. I had no space to think about that, to give it life, to give it color, because all I could think about, all I could focus
Stay.
was on the things that were needed to be done to get me to stage, on my cardio, on my meals, on my workouts, on
Posing.
my check-ins, my child, making sure that, because I still have to live, right? Like, I'm still, mind you, like, I'm doing all these things on the sideline, but in real time, I'm also still a mom, and that is my priority. I'm still a soldier, and that's my day job that feeds my child and puts this roof over our heads. So my plate was super full. Um, I half the time it was sometimes it was kind of frustrating, because I didn't know how to, like, relax into it, and just know that everything was being okay. But then I also met some amazing people. I one day walk into this bodybuilding gym for a posing class randomly, and some chick just yells at me, "Hi, hi."
Who's she talking about?
And you're so beautiful, and oh my gosh, look at that ass.
That's all I saw when she walked in. That big ass shelf. But let's be clear, I say hi to absolutely everyone that comes into that door. Today I was doing the
This is
same.
true. Like, this is
She's not
Paulina.
special with a butt. I want
This is
everybody
without
to see.
exception, right? Um, but that day was also kind of like one of those days that changes your life for forever, because my posing coach, I already loved her. I was already establishing a relationship with her, but through her, got me to the gym, got me to meet you, and everything kind of like kept unlocking itself. And I cannot explain to you, Paulina, how transformative that was from the inside out. It was a soulful experience. I found community, I found friends. I'm still doing something that I know is good for me, that I'm passionate about, that I know that I can give to people. Maybe not in the same way, because I know I recognize not everybody wants to hop on a stage and like starve themselves for 12 weeks and cool. It's not about that. Like, it's literally not about that. It's about the process and falling in love with your process and finding yourself in that process, in that walk. Um, it was very healing. It was very healing. I don't think I would be the person that I am sitting in front of you right now would I have not gone through that.
Right. It would never met because you don't go to my gym. I want everybody to know that too. Contrary to the majority of the people that has been on my podcast, Gabi and I would have not met if she did not go do that posting. I don't go to her gym. I'm not a mom. So it would have been very, very rare. Like I've been here since 2018. How long you been here in Columbus?
Back and forth since 2014.
See, I just moved here in 2018 and I've never seen her in my life. And I want everybody to understand that where we live, it's a ranch. Everybody know each other. Well, more important, everybody knows me.
True.
Hey, the humble, forever humble. It's true. So I swear when I'm like, oh, and then I go to Tri City every year and I'm very involved in the bodybuilding community because of my gym and because of how much respect is the word that I have for all of you. I don't know if you saw my episode with Pauline. She's huge. My twin. I mean, Maya, Saraya, all of my competitor friends, and they're girls. Because of course, I don't not to take any credit on my male bodybuilders. You guys are awesome, but they're it's
Hmm.
easier to get shredded. You all just have to put the beer down. And it's to build muscle as a man, and that's just obviously right. I mean, you're a coach. It's those things are the testosterone and all that in the men is to grow, but to see
It's different, definitely, yes.
definitely
Males have.
to put the and it's so hard, just simple things like pull-ups. And then I have you, I have Paola, I have Jorleni that also was a bikini. Even Camille got on stage twice, super proud of her. And it's like, wow, my friends are badass. So ever since then, I might not gonna get on no diet like that, but it just brings me so much inspiration to see you, the level of pain. So I can't complain. Seeing you all go through all that, and then you all have kids. I want everybody to understand that all of you, Soraya has kids, Camille has
Mm-hmm.
kids, Jorleni has kids.
Mm-hmm.
Say their names because they all I can talk about all of y'all to your face, but it's an inspiration. And what you all do, it's incredible. And the fact that this is the announcement here, will be on stage on April the 4th. Am I correct?
5th, April 5th.
April 5th, and I want everybody from the Get Energy Squad. If you don't know Gabi, or you are a listener and you don't know me in person, or we want you to be there and meet us. She's going to be wearing her robe. She trusted me with her first robe,
Yes.
her first wellness competition robe. I was
You
very
didn't do
behind,
my first role.
and she
It's my lucky charm. I will never, I don't even want a new one.
I
Like,
did
we are
it with
using the
so much
same one
good energy.
forever.
I put all my good energy into that first robe that I ever made, and I wish her the best. And even though I had just met her, I had nothing but good intentions for her. Even if we became close friends or not, I just was impressed by the whole preparation because she walked in with her kid to the gym. I was like, we don't even have daycare here. I was like, who is this? With a whole
He
challenge.
goes with me everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. Wherever I go, he goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She does the routine and everything and posing, and I go out there and say, "Let's take a photo." There
Yeah.
we go.
And let
Benito.
me tell you, that was so impactful for me. Um, because um I come from, I guess, like a world or a background where women tend to be catty,
Mm.
um, on not very genuine, right? Not very welcoming, um, like very judgmental. And the fact that you like introduced me to this group of females, and we're all kind of like working out, and we get along, and we're sweet to each other, and we love on each other. We may not see each other every single day. We may have like totally different lives, but we're still supporting each other, and that kind of energy is soulful, and it's very healing. It is
That's,
very healing, yes.
this is the
And
only
then you
energy
introduced
we
me to
want.
the Good Energy Squad, and and like life is not always like sunshines and rainbows, but we choose to, instead of focusing on the sad and on the bad, we choose to focus on the fun and on the happy, and we celebrate the good moments, and the bad ones, cool, they're there. We look at them and we're just like, keep walking.
Right, and that's why you have to have a solid squad, because you can be having a bad
Hmm.
day and you can call me and I'll make you laugh, or I'll be like, yeah, it's time for you to snap out of it, or you're up in there, huh? If you're like, you have to let go. You have to have that friend. As much as good energy as I am gonna put you in your place and hit you with the chancla, and with that body dysmorphia hits, I'm gonna be
La
like,
chancla.
no, no, no,
Like the other day you were
it's gonna
telling
be
me.
worse, because I am from Juarez. I repeat, I am from Juarez, and I've been stabbed multiple times, so I know how to stab a bitch too. So don't tap me. Don't tap me in a
No.
good time, because where there's a lot of good energy, there's a lot of bad energy, and it
Mhm.
sucks that you say that majority of girls. I don't know if it's because I like girls and I keep saying this on this episode or what, but I have never ever seen a girl that looks better, does better, or even does worse or looks worse than me, or compare at all, and and feel some type of like negative feeling or the need to judge them. I don't understand why females are like that at all. I never have, but I'm glad that we are in a closed
I
circle.
have my theories, but that's
This is
unimportant.
theories. I don't, because again, I was raised in Mexico. I did spend 18 years in Mexico. There is no mean girls. There is no bullying. You don't like somebody, we fight, and then we become best friends. So it was very different handling. I think it's cultural, because I've seen the
Hmm.
American movies, Mean Girls, and then how. And I don't know if you noticed something about me. I'm friends with everyone. Like, I don't have
Hmm.
a. I'm only gonna hang out with the cool
With the
people.
Hispanics, for
No,
example.
or no, 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 no. I see everyone. I had to say hi to the janitor, and I can know the owner of the
Hmm.
gym, but I'm friends with both, and I treat them both the same. And that's because, and I grew up with the diversity of people. Maybe being in the border too, so I was the border. I don't know how to explain it, but it does have to come from you. And I believe that no matter how old you are, you can still change who you are and how you treat others. And that's why I am passionate about GS mindset and life coaching, because I can change the way, when you change the way that you think and feel, is how it reflects,
Hmm.
because it's all in here.
Yes.
If you're an asshole and a hater, that's a reflection of yourself. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. You're projecting yourself. So how you treat others is really how you treat yourself. So be thoughtful of that. If you're throwing hate, you must really be have a problem. Not
And that's what you're gonna attract, right? Like you're
Yeah,
gonna
just
attract,
attract it. And yeah, I can have an opinion. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like a lot of fucking people, and I say it to the face. I don't have
and that's
like,
okay.
and that's okay. But I'm also not constantly giving that person hell. Does it make sense?
Yes, it makes sense because you're still treating them with love.
Sometimes, unless they piss me off, and then I'll snap
Like,
their teeth out.
what I say by that is like,
I don't
you
wish them
know,
bad. I don't wish them bad. If that's what you're saying,
and to me that's an act of love.
yes. Okay, true. Which
Not to them. You're not loving on them.
on me.
You're choosing yourself,
Yeah.
but by choosing yourself and your mental sanity, that's an act of love. And by not choosing to like, um I don't know, like to
Reciprocate.
act any kind of like with I don't know, with ill intentions, um you're just letting it go. You're just letting that situation, that person, go and let them be. But we're not throwing hate out there. We're focusing on the good in here. And we're going to keep creating more of this goodness in here.
Yes, we want to spread it. It's contagious, right? It's contagious,
Hmm.
because you
It
can
really
be.
is.
I've changed people that are bitches, and they're never. I'll admit it. They'll never want to have friends, but like, you know what? You're okay. I was like, there's more people. There has
That
to
was
be.
me. The day that that's what I'm saying. Like the day that I met you, that was me. Like I have never found like adult female friends because I've never felt like I connect with anybody. But then I kind of realized that it wasn't the people around me, it was me. I was self isolating. I was choosing to be that person who just doesn't want to smile and wants to be, I don't know, like, oh, I'm here and
Miserable.
you're there. Huh?
Miserable. It's misery.
Uh-huh.
It's
I
misery.
was choosing that person for myself. And the day that I saw that I can choose to be like something different in my life and invite it in and open my heart to it.
You're receiving. You're receiving. Be open and ready to receive all of the blessings that you deserve. But it starts with you feeling worthy of yourself. And I think that just stage definitely is going to open all the doors, and it makes you feel so much confident. And whatever it is that makes you feel confident and happy and glowing, do it. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, it could be boxing, it could be Pilates, it could be changing your diet. It could be
Yes.
trying a new hobby. Go eat a
Yes.
pizza. I recommend you go eat a pizza and go eat some tacos if it makes you happy, because then you
I
will
wish I could.
attract. You will attract. I didn't say you can. I'm telling the other people that are listening to go enjoy their fitness, their fatness life. There's a fatness. There's the big, and it's okay to be petty hidden there, because I am very petty. You come after me, I'm gonna do something petty to you. Look,
I mean, we're gonna defend ourselves too,
oh,
right? We're not
we're
gonna sit
lucky.
here and just be like, okay, run over me, you know, let me be your doormat. Please come at me. Absolutely not.
And
There are
brings me
boundaries.
Right. This brings me to the perfect next questions. Through your boundaries, what lessons, and again, she's a single mom, co-parent, right? You do
Hmm.
co-parenting, but what lessons do you hope you can teach your child through all this journey, and just your resilience and your discipline and how you treat others, which why you need to have, I feel like for moms, to me, it's so important that they see that you have that, not just your blood family but other friends, because you not always can count with your family. You and I family is
Hmm.
not near us, so you have to teach your kids to be open and trust and have, because your friends are your chosen family, and
Hmm.
what you do in the everyday, they're gonna copy it. So what lessons
Correct.
do you hope Dieguito, can I say his name,
Yeah.
learns from you?
My sweet baby. Um, well, I envisioned for him to be just a decent human being in a very general kind of way. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I wish X, Y, and Z for my son, because I kind of want him to be able to develop into his own person. But with that, I want him to be a person of value, a person that respects others, and I want him to be like a happy human being, taking care of himself and knowing that we do have boundaries. We can say no to things, but then we can also be loving. And I remember when I was pregnant with him, I remember clear as day always saying like, listen, I don't care. I don't care about any of the material stuff. I've always wanted for Diego to be just wrapped up in love. By me, I want him to be wrapped up in love by, like all whatever is around him. I just wanted him to be wrapped up in love. And I think with that, my child has turned out to be a very social,
Oh yeah, but
super kind human being. He as at the age that he's at right now, I want to say his love language is gift giving. Like he loves, I'll be at grocery shopping and he'll be like, Mama, let's get flowers and fill in the blank. And he will say a random person's, not a random person's name, but something unexpected, not like mom, dad, grandma. No, it could be my coworker. It could be you. It could be Sarai. It could be like somebody that he's met that he knows that is a friend of mine. And he wants to get them something. And I'll look at him
is
like,
he my child? Is that what you're saying? Because I love giving gifts.
well, you guys are Cancer both. Yes.
Oh, I think that's we're very, very giving, very
Yes.
emotional, and
So,
important.
he's very social, he's very, kind, he loves people, wherever I go. Um,
He talks.
for
I talked to
example,
him in the car. You're right. The first time I met him.
when I was at the gym that I go to, they don't the daycare doesn't open until like a certain time. I think they open at like a 6 or 7 or something like that. But the front desk lady told me that if I wanted to come in a little bit earlier, she would be super comfy with him, sitting with him.
Oh my
And,
God. He's such a
and
hard
so I've
boss
been
like me.
doing that. And
I'm
guess
gonna
who's
keep you
now?
naked with this cuteness.
Yes. So imagine now who's the greeting, like the greeter of the gym? My
Dieguito.
child. Uh-huh. And when I'm like on the treadmill, doing my cardio, people are gonna coming up to me like, is that your child at the front desk? And I'm like, yes, that's him.
Y la mamá antisocial. Let's say that in Spanish. Y la mamá la Grinch. Ella es
No, I've learned to smile now and like be
good.
kind to people
Good.
and open myself up to conversations, and like stop walking through life like, I have some
Or else.
blinders on, and you can't see me, you see me, but you can't see. No, like I'm choosing to move different through life, right? I've learned with you and with this community, when you kind of like change your ways and change your spirit and change how you treat people in general, God, the universe, whatever spiritual calling you have, is going to, give it back to you. And
Multiply,
you
baby.
know the gym that I go to is not a bodybuilder's dream. It's a lot of older people. But they know me by name. They greet me every morning by name. They know when I'm competing. They ask me, when is gonna be the show. They encourage me. They tell me that I'm looking great or whatever. They always have words for me. There was one lady one day that came up to me, and I think I shared this with you. She was like, "Oh my gosh, you're just such an inspiration because you're always lifting super heavy stuff, whatever."
You
And
do.
I told her, "Listen, I just do it for the girls."
Oh no. Si se aparece un papi, I'm putting this out there in the universe because I'm a strong manifester. When uh, the prince of Gabi's dreams, she will
If you're
show.
out there,
Yeah, no, no,
reach
she's
out.
ready. We're open and ready to receive for now. I've been the backup boyfriend here, and I'm gonna need some help because the homegirl's a little busy. You're trying to build an empire, but I give my girlfriends all the attention. I am the backup boyfriend. She's gonna be open and ready. I know you work for yourself. You work for the girls. We're huge inspirations to the girls, and I'm sure the guys love to stare. I have no doubt. But at the end of the day, I want to know what inspires you and keeps you going, even on the hardest days when you're like, I can't. I just can't.
What keeps me going will forever be my why, which is my child. You know, my son rises and sets with him. Um, and he's the reason that I continue moving through life, wanting to be a better human being, wanting to improve our life situation. I'm not saying that we have a bad life situation right now. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm constantly in that,
Growing,
seeking, yeah,
evolve.
seeking growth
Humans
and
have to
betterment and
evolve.
improvement. And because I want to show him the world. Like I want to travel with him, and I want him to be, a healthy human being from the inside out. And we go to church every Sunday and he loves it. And he's already asking me, Mama, when am I going to be old enough to like do bodybuilding with you or go to the gym? So he's already kind of like seeing
Yeah,
all of this,
copy.
and he wants to copy it. But I want him to copy it for the correct reasons, right? Like aside from the aesthetics, I try to teach him about nutrition and food, not in a, not how we learned, right? That we had to starve ourselves to be like females needed to
Does
be
it
like super
look like
skinny,
I'm
or at least
starving?
no, but at least I grew up with the mentality that I had to starve myself and be like a size zero to be acceptable by
Right. How we grew
other
up. How we
people.
grew up with the Michelle Pfeiffers and the supermodel, Nicole
Correct.
Kidman. They were all 80 pounds.
Correct. So I don't want Diego to think that we have to do this in a punishing kind of way for our bodies. I want him to learn that this is the way that we start early on, and we seek health. I don't ever comment him on his physical aspects. I mean, unless he looks like really cute.
Good. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, you can't tell the child. And I heard this story. Oh my God, I see here kids in school will call each other. you have a belly. One of my mom's friends said that, and I swear, like my evil thing clicking. I was like, oh, I'm gonna murder somebody now. Don't do that.
No,
Kids do
I
not
don't
need.
comment on his physical aspect. He's a very hairy boy. He's super hairy. But I don't bring that to his attention all the time.
Oh, now we're making fun. Good of a child. Look at us. Good energy squad bullies.
That's my it's not making fun of it. It's a real it's a
He's a
fact.
little
He is
wolf.
see, and he says that he's a werewolf, so I let him
Oh,
live.
cute.
I let him live up to that, you know.
Good. You have
But
to. You have to embrace your flaws and your perfections. That's the one
but
thing.
I don't want him growing up thinking in a negative way, like, oh my gosh, I'm super hairy. Oh my gosh, like I'm skinny. Oh my
So
gosh, you
he
know,
has to love that of himself.
exactly. So he says he wants to be a werewolf. Yes, baby, you are a werewolf. Absolutely. We're going to apply. You want to be Spider-Man today, Black Panther tomorrow, you know,
You can be whatever you want. It's in
every single
nature.
day.
You gotta believe it. This is the
Exactly.
thing. People limit themselves on the daily. If you put that word, I don't even think about the word anymore. When I started, I'm not always think like that. I just keep pushing through. I was one of those that just rolling with the punches because I always have a smile on my face, and I always had been so grateful because I have nothing. So everything that I have, I touch it, I hold it. Gratitude. So the gratitude has always lived with me, but I've never finally, after going to school and starting this, I know that the word can does not exist. It really does not. The limit is your mind.
Exactly. So I want him to grow with a mentality that he is capable.
Absolutely it is.
Every time this kid tells me, Mama, I can't, I'm like,
Oh,
yes, you can.
yes, you can. Snap out of it.
Yes, you can. Maybe I have to teach him how to do it, but I tell him, yes, you can. I don't ever want him to grow up so early and already have limiting beliefs. Listen, the world is cruel. The world will cause that already without me interfering. So, you know, I think that's what I want to teach him. And essentially, I'm doing no shade to my parents. I love my mom. I had a great upbringing. My parents did amazing job, right?
Yeah, I met her.
But
She's sweet.
yes, but um I do have my shortcomings and they may or may not be related to how we grew up. You know, we
No,
did
it is.
come from like
I learned that in relationship course. Everything that you experience in your traumas as an adult are all connected
absolutely.
to how
I'm a
you.
divorced child. I am a child that comes from divorced parents, so you know, like the
It's a
pains
thing.
of that.
Yeah. How you pick men, it's all that. It's all coming from your childhood, sweetheart. One way or another. I'm sorry. I learned it. I was like, oh, okay. So it's all. So that's why it's so important that you heal. That you heal and that you notice that that pattern behavior that you grew up thinking that was okay. That's not your parents' life is not your life. So once you're able to detach that and grow out of that mentality and me, it's really hard because I grew up poor, 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 but I'm not poor now. And I'm rich and I'm abundant in prosperity and life and friends. That's being rich. And then that attracts
Hmm.
richness. So once you flip the switch, pobrecita me, you can't have that victim mentality and you can control the past. And I think I
No.
had this conversation, one of our conversations that obviously I'm not going to discuss, that was our first serious conversation over the phone. Oh, you were still blaming yourself for all these things that happened to you in the past and how they're still haunting you and they're gonna be there doesn't mean it did
Mhm.
not happen, but
Right.
when is enough for you to say this does not serve me anymore? I'm holding
Mm-mm.
into something that I already fucked up. It's over.
Correct.
We all fucked up. We all make mistakes, and the longer you hold into that mistake and you blame yourself, you're only holding yourself down. You have to let go.
And that's why you have to starve. You have to starve those feelings of like holding back. I have learned to starve them.
Let fucking go. Don't think
That
about it.
does
I
not
told you,
exist anymore.
don't even, it's not even, no, you can talk about it with your friends. You're going to understand and listen. And then I'm like, okay, let's move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move forward. It's over with. We're going to talk about it. You bent it because you have to bend. Don't hold your feelings either. That's the worst thing you can do. Not saying how you feel at the moment. If you're upset, feel it, say it. And then you're like, oh, but look around. And I'm like, oh, wow. I created this. Oh wow, I'm wearing clothes. Oh wow, Diosito, thank you for my roof. So
Yeah.
immediately you can shift your focus instantly. I'm not saying forget about being mad, but you can change how you feel by just switching your
I mean, it was that, and also I don't know why. I really don't know why. I grew up always thinking my starting point is that I'm never enough. It has taken me this many years and this much work and, discovering and like trying things and learning new things to figure out that that's no way to live, man. Like, if you think that you don't, like that you're incapable and you don't deserve it,
You're never
stop it.
gonna have it. You're
Yes.
That's exactly what you're attracting. You're never gonna be worthy of anything if you don't believe that you are worth. It starts. I have it right here. I put it in every episode, Pauline, because this is your worst enemy. What you see on the other side of this mirror is who you gotta convince. I don't gotta convince you. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
convince myself. I don't have to prove myself to no one. The only person I'm proving myself to is my reflection of myself. I'm not competing with you. I'm not competing with nobody. I'm not trying to be nobody but myself. So when you can find yourself in the mirror and be like, I like what I see, and not just physically, but in your eyes, right? But that's another session that you will have to pay for mirror work. You will have to- this is the type of work I do with my clients because they need to understand that the only thing stopping is your
That is true.
in your mind.
But then sometimes we kind of have to like check ourselves, right? Like when I think that something's not going to happen to me because I'm not good enough or whatever, I have to like backtrack and like fact fact check myself. Like, are you prepared in the sense of like, did you go to schooling for it? Did you do this? Did you do that? Like, I have to go through like a mental list and start checking myself and be like, no, girl,
You
like,
got this.
yes,
Yeah,
this
yeah. I
belongs
ate
to
my meals
you.
today, and then boom, fine. And then Gabi can do a different mirror work. She just has to put a bikini on a thong and take a selfie, and then that's it. That's like motivation instantly. Or send it to me for my background on my phone. I need the motivation. And find something. This is the key that you love about yourself. You're like, oh yeah, I'm awesome. I did that today, or you did something good, even if it's go to bed early, and that will make you instantly when you.
That's a whole challenge right there.
I know. Do it.
But yes, you're right. You're right. We have to like fact check ourselves and understand that we are truly capable. And like you said, like can't is not even a word. And you just have to like be open and willing, right? To do the work and receive and be ready to receive.
Open and ready to receive, but it starts with you and cheering yourself up, and then others are gonna come and cheer for you because they see you that you believe in yourself.
Right.
Does it make sense?
That was very hard for me to learn.
Yeah. Let yourself be loved because when we are unloved and treated like shit, I've been there. Oof, I can't even tell you how many times. Imagine, I say it openly on my podcast. My own family didn't want me. My own dad abandoned me. It's like, wow, why do you not love me? I'm just 11. I have not even done drugs by then yet. I get it later. Why? But in that moment when you're so vulnerable and you need love and attention and you still don't get it, it either makes you or breaks you because you're alone. Like
Mm-hmm.
you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Those downs are so, so needed for the ups.
Sometimes the ups feel kind of surreal. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
But yes.
It's not life. Isn't life? It's like this. Just
Yes.
and it's gonna keep. The thing is, and I was telling Paola this.
But then you learn, right? Like when you're so low and you go up and you realize what you left behind,
You can get up.
that next turnaround when life gets shitty and it starts hitting you, you're like,
Bring
okay,
it. Bring it.
exactly.
Bring it
We
back.
can do this. We've been here before. Welcome. Welcome to the party.
Welcome to
We're
the.
gonna get
Oh,
over this again.
right.
Yes.
Oh, my family's gonna die. Guess what? Been there. Sorry for your loss. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I mean, you're laughing. But we both have no parents. Like her dad died, my dad died. Let's be honest. Like life is gonna keep throwing you those
Hmm.
situations that you can't control.
And they will always happen at the most inconvenient times.
Yeah, thank you, universe. Why? But
Uh-huh.
now what
Like,
we're gonna do
mm-hmm.
next stone the life throws at you, we're gonna use it as steps. We're gonna step in stones. Because life is gonna keep trying to hit rocks at us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whatever's in
It's
front
not
of
gonna
you,
stop.
they're gonna keep it, and you're gonna grab them, and you're gonna build a little road. You're gonna build actually, you're gonna build the street that is gonna take you for you to keep walking with those rocks.
Right.
Is what, yeah, that's what life wants. They want to keep you not moving forward. Those stepping stones. Use them as a stepping stone.
Now, I freak out less. I've learned how to freak out less because of that. Um, so now I'm less afraid of life challenges than before. Like, I would have been petrified, like
Overthinker.
petrified.
Are you an overthinker? Were you thinking like the worst case scenarios? That's the worst thing you can do to yourself.
I'm always, oh my gosh,
Right.
I love to think about the disaster before I even think about like a possible solution.
You're attracting the disaster to you. Has it not happened? That what you think?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it has taken me these many years to um to understand and to grasp on the idea that cool, like life is gonna happen, but we kind of have to keep trucking along, and you still have to smile, and you still have to keep a good positive attitude, and the problem will solve itself. Maybe the solution is not what you anticipated. Maybe it's even better
It's
than
always
what you
better.
thought.
That's how you gotta think. It's always better. And the video I send it to all my friends when they're having a situation is from that lady Louise Hayes. That is part of my therapies that I do daily. When something is out of your control and is really shitty, it's like there. You can't ignore it, right? It's like something serious. I don't even want to put an example because I don't want to attract any of those things to my life. But I'm just
Right.
saying, you're just going to say, out of this situation, the outcome is going to turn out to be for my highest good. And I release it. You acknowledge it, and you're just going to say, out of this situation, it's going to work out for my highest good. And that instantly is
Right.
going to make you feel better and more calm because you know there's something happening and is there for a reason. But when you don't feed it, you say, you're here to make me better or you're here to make me grow. And I'm not going to say everything is a learning experience because trust me, nobody want to learn how to your parents die. No, I don't wish that on anybody,
No.
Uh,
No.
regardless if I
That's
had a good
hard. That's really
relationship
hard.
with my dad or not, I still lost. I don't have them. It's not cool. And so, but there's a purpose, right? I'm finally seeing it 20 years later that, oh, all this built resilience and made me who I am today because I already paid my dues of, I had to go through that suffering to appreciate
Mm-hmm.
more and be able to talk about it and be able to motivate people or you know, they can't say, "Oh, Pauline is this happy person because she had the perfect life." Well, let me tell you, no, it's the
Which
total.
is crazy because I mean, you're the perfect example, right? Like, people can potentially think that about you because of how well you carry yourself. And it's crazy. Like, I remember um when I started listening to your podcast and, like, hearing your stories and your friend, like, in this exchange, right? Like, when you talk about your experiences, I was like, dang, like, this is, yeah, like, life she's been through it, and she's still this super inspiring person, and you still find reasons to smile and reasons to, like, cheer other people on, and you don't, like, you listen and you don't judge, and it's amazing. um it really is amazing and inspiring and life altering for me, at least, um because life is a fact, and we all have to move forward, and there's no reason to stay bitter and to stay mean and be rude, because in your case, like, you grew up really poor.
Oh, and domestic violence, millions of things that I can tell you, but I, I can't, I can't treat. I don't want what I felt for others to feel. So I feel like I had to leave it live those experiences to know what not to do.
Right.
It makes sense. It's like
Yes.
when you get cheated on, and that I've never been because they'll be murdered. But if you've been cheated on, uh, you don't want to be a cheater. Doesn't make sense. You have to be on the other end on
Let's
what
hope, right?
to do. No, it's true. I mean, unless you're just doing it for revenge. But once you know what that feels, would you want somebody
Mm-hmm.
else to feel like that?
No.
No. And because I grew up being judged, I grew up being, not taking care of. I take care of everyone. So I'm doing the opposite. Those experiences made me do it completely 180 of what I received because I know how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes majority of humanity don't know how it feels to be on the receiving ends, and that's why they keep doing it. But it's okay. Karma's coming for you, not me. We're healed. That's why karma exists. And what you give, you receive. That's why I'd rather give a bunch of light and love and appreciation to everyone and everything, because I know that's what I'm gonna get in return. And that's guaranteed. Your time will
It is.
come. If you're a piece of shit, it's coming. Shit.
It's coming for you.
It will. And what you wish
No, no. We're joking here, but you're right.
real reflection. Like what you give is what you get, no matter. I mean, and then if you're ready, hey, I was an asshole too. Woof. I mean, I've been
Mm-hmm.
fighting bitches since 16, and what did that get me? More fights. It ended up being in horrible situations. Like I got what I deserve, and
Right.
that's you only get what you get.
Right. I lived isolated for so long. Guess what? I was not gonna have any friends. I was not gonna have a support system. But the moment that I was like, shit, man, like I really would like to
Friends.
have people to love on and friends, because that's essentially what I just want. Like, I wanted a group of people that I can love, that I can hug, that I can say hi to you, that I can, if you need something, let me go get it. If you need me to cook for you, I will cook for
You
you.
can
If
be
you need me to,
yourself,
huh?
and that you can also be yourself.
Right. And that I can also be my authentic, and also kind of like discover. I feel like there was a part of it was also discovering like my authenticity, and really forcing myself to be me and allowing myself to be me. And however it lands, that's beyond my control, like however it's perceived. And then if you want to love me for the things that I bring to the table, then that's great.
And if you don't, bye bye.
But I wasn't even giving myself the opportunity.
No, and
So
then sometimes you have to act. Now I can't imagine because I'm not a mom, but a lot of my mom friends, I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm not saying that they're faking it, but you live in such a like you guys are under the eye like this. Oh, she's a mom and she's wearing the GS Hoochie Daddy Mama shorts. Oh no.
yes, I
They
am.
immediately
Yes, I
they
do.
immediately
And I
put
walk with Dieguito on my hand, like next to me as
that's right,
well.
bitch. That's right, because you worked out for that body. But that's what I'm saying. Society. Who told society that we have to be certain ways? Where in the Bible does it say what you gotta wear? If anything, it says you gotta believe in yourself. I have Mark's 11:24 because it was gifted to me, and I put it on my vision board. And I'm gonna read it because look at me talking about the Bible. Who knew? Who knew me, the devil? Yeah, I do say my husband says I am. I don't know. Maybe he knows me. He sees the devil. It says, "Therefore I tell you," and thank you, Allison was a gift from my wife. I tell you, whatever you ask for in a prayer, believe that you have already received it, and it will be yours. It doesn't say
Hmm.
what other people want or expect from you. It doesn't say you have to live up to other people's standards. The Bible doesn't say you got to please everybody that you meet. You got to be quiet. You have to dress. No. The only people you have to live for is yourself, your loved ones, and allá. Pero primero,
Hmm.
allá. And it
Así
doesn't
mismo.
matter. I'm not saying like my friend that I did the podcast with, he's atheist, but he still believes in a higher power. Whatever you believe in, it exists. The universe exists,
Hmm.
right? There's a fucking sky. You have to believe on something, but
I'm a God believer, so
okay, good.
yes.
No, and
But
I just read you the Bible. I grew up Catholic. I might not go to church. I pray every day, and the gods, the angels, the universe, the higher spirit guys are here. My parents are angels. I know, or devils. Who knows? But my dad's definitely down there. But It's true.
No.
It's okay. He earned that ticket. I earned mine. I'm trying to make up for it. Guys, the Good Energy Squad was created so I don't go to the true intentions of it. No. Let's just say it. It's not, you're not living for nobody else but you. And you have
Mm-hmm.
a life, obviously, so you're living for him. And I know you want to be the example, but a lot of people are living to please others. What advice do you have for other moms? Because I can't speak, I'm not a mom. I will never talk about a subject that I have not either experienced or learned about it. So, because I'm not a mom and I hate just making shit up, I want the expert here. Currently single. I can't imagine the dating life these days out there. I've been married for almost 13 years and I only have
It's
one.
savage.
I only have one hall pass available that I'm gonna fuck. I said again, Cheney. Anyways, moms out there that are in toxic relationship, maybe, or they are in happy marriages, but they still feel unworthy. They still feel like they can't. They still think they can't.
Man, my best advice for any mother who's out there is that to always remember that you have an extra pair of eyes looking at you, right? If you are in a toxic relationship and you have a daughter, what would you tell that? What are you going to tell your daughter when you see her in a similar situation? What would you want her to choose for herself? Or your son, and if he's in a toxic relationship, what would you want him to choose for himself? Right? And and if you are in a family, in a marriage setting, and you still feel like you're a doormat, you don't, you're nothing maybe, right? Know that your worth as a woman is not just being a mom. That title, nobody can take it away from you ever. It's already there. Your child is here, is with you. Um and there's nothing in this world that can take away that title. Now, I think part of the, us teaching our children to be better is when we are like we're their main example. We're the way that our children learn how to love. We are the way that we teach our children how to perceive the world. We are their conduit, right? We are kind of like that middleman between them as a child, as they grow into their young adulthood and become people of the society. So if you're a mom and you're listening to us, like, please find that thing for yourself that makes you feel whole. um and it doesn't have to necessarily be fitness like we were talking about, but if, for example, gardening makes you feel whole, do that, and do it for yourself, and do it out of love for you, for that part of you that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel in peace. And teach it to your kids, and share what makes you feel whole with them, because they will also be able to look back and be like, dang, like mom didn't stop living, mom lived. They will not, and they will follow through, right? Like, they're going to want to also keep in that vein and live a good life. I get it. I mean, time is an invaluable thing that we have, that we don't have an abundance of, right? um but whatever you want to do in life, we always make time for it. For example, if you ask, how do I do it time wise? Well, I mean, I prioritize Diego, school, his activities, his well being. That's priority number one. And then how do I either fit, or how does he fit in with me? So I either have a home gym, I have a bike machine at home that I can do my cardio, and I literally take Diego everywhere with me. I expose him to everything, because I want him to be part of my process. I want him to be there and be able to see the evolution. Um, and I think it's a good exposure for him, because it'll be part of his toolkit when he grows up. Um, and also, like, I had conversations with myself, even like that first competition that I went. Like, did I really want him as like an audience member, because I feel like maybe, maybe this is weird, him seeing a whole bunch of females like in bikinis and men in really small pieces of underwear. But at the same time, I was like, don't be silly. That's the misogynistic life that you probably lived growing up in a Hispanic
Yeah,
community.
where women can show skin.
Exactly. This is how you teach your son to respect bodies no matter what they're wearing.
Thank you.
Like, I don't care if she or he is wearing the skimpiest outfit. It's still just a body,
Whole life, go
and we are
life.
going to
Whole
respect
life,
it.
go life.
For our girls, right? And like with that, that doesn't mean that we're inviting men to disrespect us,
No,
right?
we do whatever we
So
want with our body, and nobody
him
says
as
anything.
a male of the future society, I want him to be able to look at woman's body and be able to respect that no matter what. So I was like, this is like the best scenario that I can put him in, that he gets to learn about the human body in a very unattached and like objective kind of way. When he grows up, what's gonna face him?
Nothing. My mama,
Nothing.
my mama was half naked with a six pack and a body, and then there was Auntie Pauline twerking everywhere she went. Twerking,
Exactly.
twerking is
And for
cool.
him, it's going to be like, okay, right? Like
And
it's
what
not gonna
happens?
be any.
He's gonna remember you being happy. This is what people don't
Mhm.
understand. You're teaching him that your mom is having a good time, your mom is glowing, the friend is crazy, and they're laughing together. It's like, is that's what matters, the essence, the energy, and the frequency that you create for them, and that's what they see. They don't look at anything else, because not only that they're children, they're not gonna be judging you at that age. That's
No.
society that put it. So what all he's gonna see is like, but they were having a good time.
And I promise you, like us, like children want to see their parents happy. Like
Happy.
even now as an adult, I want to see my mom happy and thriving. Like
Right.
even though she's older, she's grandma. Guess what? Like bringing her here and spending time with her grandbaby, that's what makes her happy, right? But I want Dale to remember me looking back, happy. Because then what do we get to taste? Like if my parents chased happiness, then I get to do that for myself too. So don't stay if you're in a bad situation. I promise you, don't stay where you're at, and it'll get better. Like I being
I just
afraid
ask
is
you
totally
this.
valid.
Financially, you think it's a challenge for women? And I'm not saying they're all dependents, because majority of the female friends that I surround myself with, they're very independent, they're hardworking, but they still don't have that push that maybe they believe in themselves enough to be without a man or without that other person. That is not, it's not, they don't have to serve you, but if you're not happy, why? Why are you staying? What is the number one afraid when you have children? It could be that you can't come out on your own. Did you feel that?
I think that is um like that aspect of not being able to provide properly for your kids, that kind of like holds you a lot back.
Mm.
Um but I wasn't given an option, right? It it happened,
Sometimes it has to
and
happen that way for you to finally let go and move forward, baby.
right. Um, but if you have the option, I promise you, people would tell me all the time, "Oh, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine." And it would make me really mad. It was very annoying because I didn't understand. How? You're not in my shoes. How do you know? Well, I'm gonna tell you how they knew, because I had a baby that depended on me, and I needed to either get better emotionally, I needed to be able to hold the fort financially and physically to care for him. And because I was forced into that role, and as a mother, I'm not gonna say forced, because our children are not like a burden. It's not like a bad thing, but
No, you have a
the fact that you
responsibility.
want,
A responsibility.
yeah, you want to fulfill and satisfy that responsibility to the best, right? um I just, without even thinking about it, without batting an eye, I just kept chasing better things for us, for the both of us. um and And I want to see that's how I got to where I'm at. And I'm very happy with what I have created for us, the life that we have. Um, because I see it in his eyes. Like he's happy, he's content. He tells me all the time, and I wouldn't have had it, any as long as my son is happy, I wouldn't have it any other way.
And well, but let me remind you, you got to be happy too.
Absolutely.
That
I
both
have
starts with
found
you. Can't
chasing the
happy.
things that I love,
Mhm.
including him, into those things, and we're kind of co-creating, Diego and I.
Exactly. You're gonna crecer juntos. I say that all the time. You and I are going to grow together, create, and those around you. That's why the more people you get on that same mindset, the bigger and better your life gets. Because you're growing with Dieguito as a family, but then you're going to generate more people that is in the same mindset, and then you're gonna have people that help you elevate. Whoever wants to see you win will help you win. We're so stubborn, alpha females or females that have been alone on their journey or they suffer a lot, to let people in to help you, that we don't, we're closing
Mm-hmm.
our own doors,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. Like the universe is ready to give you. I have give myself in this journey the opportunity to listen to other friends with businesses, try new thing, learn new thing, go for it. Even though I was afraid, I was terrified. I don't know if you guys noticed on that podcast, I have a photo of me on that podcast that is say I can do it. It's a real studio. It's okay if it doesn't make you be afraid. It's not worth it. You have to go
That's
in with
right.
it. It's
I
getting
remember my first
terrified.
client. I was petrified. I even called you. I could not believe it. I was like,
Recorded myself making your stupid little robe. I was like, fuck. This girl that I don't fucking know, it's gonna be the first time on, and she's trusting me, and I'm recording this, feeling it like my hands shaking, and I went for it, and it turned out. But I went for it. I believed in you. I believe in your competition and me and the GS. Just put it. It's like you have to do the things that scare you the most. That's
for
why
sure.
when you're
It moves the
scared.
floor from under you in a such a more beautiful way. It's crazy.
So if you're
It is
scared to
crazy.
leave your significant other, that means leave him. Like that's literally the number one sign. If you're afraid
Mm-hmm.
to do something, it means you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
All those
For sure.
celebrities and everybody that gets on stage and you think that they are professionals, they say all the time, I'm terrified every time. Models, oh, even though they've done
Mm-hmm.
50 runways, if it scares you, it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
It, that
For sure.
that's where it is. I'm gonna be
That's where your money's at.
that,
That's where the magic happens.
and your love and your heart. And before we end, as you can be talking for 3 hours, we're obviously, I want everybody, we're gonna go ahead and when this episode releases this Sunday, we're going to promote your business. I told this girl to stop not believing because she's gonna do bigger and better things. So show us what we have created, because GS supports small businesses and want to help you grow.
Oh yeah.
I want we're gonna put the information where you can hire. Do you have spots available for new clients at the moment during your prep?
I do. I
Okay.
have
Show us, show us, show us, show
I
us.
have a few. This first. Hold on. Hold on.
So if
Let me
you're
know I get
looking
like
for a coach, a lifestyle coach, a wellness coach, an actual coach for anything, and the booty specialist, you will go to,
look, you can hire me.
what does
I'll
it
be your
say?
coach Nunez.
Tell us
It
about your,
says I'm sorry.
tell us a little bit about how you came up with that phrase.
With intention, love and purpose. Even though, not my entire career this far as a fitness coach was potentially not on purpose, I do believe now more than ever that when we do things, we have to do them intentionally, wholeheartedly with love,
Yes.
and
Yes.
satisfy, and that will definitely satisfy your purpose. Um, I tell, people in general, I ask them like when they tell me like, oh, for example, I'm trying to date, and I'm like, are you being intentional about it? Because if you don't pour your intentions into it, like it's not gonna come true. When I tell my clients that they wanna, or when they come to they come to me and they say like, oh, I want to improve, fill in the blanks. Um, I always ask what the objections are because I need to know where their intentions are at. and I will be very much intentional about you, and I want for you to find love for yourself. And I want my clients to find their own purpose too. My style of coaching is very much about creating a lifestyle that you find yourself in love with. I want you to find the love for yourself and your life that I did for me. Like, I don't want to keep this inside of me. I don't want to let it, I need to like let it
Get it
go
out.
and let it overflow, because it's an amazing feeling. It really is. And it's hard for me to describe. So I guess the best way that I can do is to teach it to others, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we do the handles here. You can find me right now on
Oh, we'll
Instagram.
put it. We'll post it. We'll post all your information and contact information. Are you rather be called find on Instagram, or can we put your email? Is there a how would you prefer for your clients to
Right now, you can find me via Instagram. Shoot me
DM?
a DM, a private message, and we can take it from there. Whatever best forms of communication are more comfortable for you.
Or reach out to me. You know where to find me. There's a million links in my page too, and here at YouTube, you can comment. I want to meet Coach Gavi. She's gonna be around, by the way, with me in all of my pop-ups. We're creating bigger and beautiful things together. Because again, when you
We're
are
creating
ready
community.
to open yourself to love and opportunities, you open the door to others, and get a lot of, I don't want to say hate, but like a lot of like, are you gonna trust everyone? Did you see? And I'm gonna be like, yes, because guess
Hmm.
what? You never know. It's gonna be on them, right? Anybody that wants to hurt you at the end of the day, it's on them. It's not you. You were kind.
That's not in your
It's
control.
not on my
Yeah,
control. I'm gonna give everybody the what is it? The benefit of the
the
doubt.
benefit of. Hmm.
I want everybody to shine, and I know
Hmm.
that's eventually gonna bring me all of the satisfaction. I don't gateway keep anything. I post constantly of how I think, my routines, how what I do to feel good, how much you should not care just about the outside but the inside. And Gabby and I are actually creating a plan where you might hire her and then you get a 15-20 minute mindset coaching with me, and we can fix it.
Because it's
They
necessary, right?
go
Like,
two and two
it
together.
goes
They
two and two
combine.
together.
Your
Yes.
body. I've seen girls that might be and boys that are the best physiques, but they look at themselves and they hate themselves, regardless of how they look. We're gonna fix that. I can help you fix that. It starts with your mind, and then it just flows. Now I gotta love myself more, and I love myself enough, but to be able to eat the right foods. And I admitted in every episode, Gabby's yelling at me. I got friends and I'm like, why are you eating that pinchy little Debbie? Can I live? Can I live a little? Like, I like to be a little toxic and eat a little Debbie here and there. And that's just my, um,
That's Paulina. That's your authentic self.
it's my authentic self, and it's a coping mechanism that maybe, and believe it or not, I am sabotaging myself. And I know that. I go to I know psychology, and I know I why at the end of the day is not contributing to my goals. And that's why it's so important to have a coach. I can't do this without a coach. I can't, you can't.
Me neither.
The coach has a coach.
I'm a coach and I have a coach.
There you go, guys. There you go. Do you have
I don't attempt to do it by myself. I don't believe like I know everything, right? Like,
we're here to hold your hands
hmm,
and we're learning.
yes,
I don't know anything, and that's why I'm starting another certification in neuroscience. I want to keep getting better. Gabby's gonna try to get better. We're gonna get better on our papas. We're learning. I've never had a store. I've never sold retail. I never even worked at those the store, but we're making it happen.
I have. Yeah.
We're moving.
But I'm here to help. I'm here to save the day.
Yes, please do. Take all the. Don't come to my house. Don't come to my pantry. Any anything else you want to tell the Good Energy Squad in this space?
Um, no, I guess, I mean, I want to be grateful, right? Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me the space and holding this time for me. To the people that follow you and listen to you, thank you for being here. Um, I'm sure GS will not be what we know it today to be without our community. So
We're very
I just want everybody, if you need help, if you want any kind of suggestions, you know, reach out, ask for help. and we're here, and I'm here for you, and I will welcome you with open arms if I ever have space in my roster for more clients, which I do right now. So please
Please
do.
reach out to her. And also 2025 is just getting started. Gabby has her vision board. I have my vision board. We're all creating beautiful, amazing things. This is going to be a reminder that everything that we put on that vision board will be and become a reality, because we're worthy, because you deserve it, because we love to see others win. If she wins, it doesn't matter. She's winning. I'm here. I'm part of it. There's no room for not cheering people on 2025. We want to change the narrative for good. It ends today. You guys gonna listen, and thank you for being my first guest on season 3. This is a great opener for everybody to be. It's January. Everybody wants to be fit. Giving you the tools, giving you a whole coach, and you have a whole mindset coach right here. They're
the best mindset coach, because
lose.
God knows you are
You can't
amazing.
lose. You can't lose. We are amazing. We are, and I just want everybody to know that if no one gotta believe in you, not even the fly flying around. You just gotta believe in yourself every day, all day, on everything that you do, good or bad. Go out there, do it as bad as you can, and do it as good. But I know you're gonna do it.
Do it. Just do it, because there's no other way that you're gonna learn or grow or improve
Unless
if you don't get out there and do it.
Yeah. Whatever you want. I'm pro drugs here too. So
I'm not okay.
I am. Protein, same shit. They all do it. Protein is addicted, because then you get muscles. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
The gym
Look,
is addicted. Look at her.
it really is.
Booty
Yes.
specialist, please show us what you're made of. They need to see this. I'm gonna have to find some photos, y'all, because she's wearing my jogger. It's cool.
Yes, y'all can scroll through my IG maybe, and you'll find some cute pics.
Love you all.